Hey, RosterWatch Nation. It's your friendly neighborhood trash man. Back with another Dynasty rankings update. It was kind of a slow week, I guess, comparatively to the last couple weeks in the NFL. But there was some movement. There was some free agency action, and you know, forced my hand to move around some of these guys in the Dynasty rankings. Um, First of these being Foreman, now of the Browns, formerly of the Bears. He went from being unranked to 203 in the rankings. In Chicago, it was kind of anyone's guess as to who would be getting the lion's share of carries on a week-to-week basis. It seemed a lot of the time last season, and it seemed like Foreman, was least in their minds a lot of that time. But in Cleveland now, he'll be sharing the backfield with Jerome Ford, at least until Nick Chubb gets back onto the field. If Nick Chubb gets back onto the field, we haven't found out if that will actually be the case this season. Nick Chubb went down ACL. With those knee injuries, especially with running backs that are, not necessarily young, at least for running backs anymore. It's no guarantee that they'll be their former selves or anything close to it. So there's a chance that Foreman actually gets real action this season on a team that is getting better offensively. We know that they're better defensively. So I had to put him on the list. After Foreman, we have Gus Edwards, now of the Chargers, formerly the Ravens, 28. He went from unranked to 172. We love to rank Edwards when we can. We just didn't know what was going to become of him this season. And Chargers GM Joe Horowitz says Edwards is going to be the bell cow in LA. I don't know about the veracity of that statement completely, but I feel like at worst he becomes their goal line, in short distance back. Could flirt with over double digit, mid double digit, teens touchdowns this season. And as such, he deserves to be in the rankings. So he went from one rank to 172. He could be really good on a Chargers offense that, I think will rely a little bit more on his type of running style this season. So I'm optimistic about it, like I said. Last but not least, we have Mike Williams, now of the Jets, formerly of the Chargers. Looks like he's going to be the number 2 receiver to Garrett Wilson in an offense helmed by Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has kind of fallen off in the past few years, it seems. It seems a little bit more, well, at least he seems a little bit less of a lock to put up like prodigious fantasy numbers on a weekly basis. But, with Garrett Wilson opposite him, and teams paying attention to Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, he's already a deep threat, and he's going to be an every down deep threat in that Jets offense that has, a spectacular running back in Breece Hall. So I like Mike Williams this season. And so I boosted him up 7 spots from 180 to 173. So there you have it. Donnie's rankings update for the week. This has been the Trash Man on behalf of RosterWatch.com. Until next time, be ready.